Did the rose ever question, am I ever going to turn into a beautiful rose? It just is. What does that mean? That diamond, it's already there. You just have to trust that process. You know, it's interesting. When we were in our mother's womb, there's nobody that says what time to feed, what time to sleep, nothing. It was just Mother Nature. Everything is self-regulated, self-taken care of. Funny thing, the minute we're born, when human takes control, guess what happened? Things start to change. I think it's about time we go back to that intuition, the intuitiveness, and trust that process. How many of you trust and know that you are a diamond? How many of you know that? How many of you truly, truly believe you are a diamond? How many believe that? Can you go ahead? Yes! Because you are. You just got to trust the process. Did that seed magically, boom, turn into a rose? No, it didn't. It goes through a what? A process. A seed has gotten into land, into the soil. Your dream to become a diamond, you've got to have a platform. Soil is Mother Nature. We have a platform called Jeunesse. Then you're going to have to trust the process. You're going to have a rich environment for the seed to grow. When you have a dream, you've got to have a platform. Then you're going to have a rich environment to nurture your dream. The last 2 days, has it been a rich environment for your soul? Has it been a rich environment for your human spirit? Has it been? If you feel it, you know it. That is what USG is all about. It's providing that atmosphere, that environment for you to nurture, for that seed, for that diamond to blossom. The third part is, it has to come from you. And the flower is this Mother Nature, the soil, a rich environment from the sun and water. And the third part, to get your dream to come true, it has to come from you. You are the one to nurture, to put sunshine, to put water, to nurture the seed, to give that seed of hope and turn that dream into reality. Only you can do that. So how do we put water and how do we have sunshine onto your dream? These are some of the tools from the environment, part of the system. And that has to come from your own willingness to make that happen. Just like I often talk about the marble, trusting the process. This is a huge block of marble. Once upon a time, there was a reporter that went and interviewed Michelangelo, the gentleman that carved out this beautiful statue called David. And they asked him, how did you create this amazing statue with all the veins? It looks so real. How did you do that? And Michelangelo said, I did not create it. He says, all I did was to chip out the imperfection from this huge block of marble, is to chip out the imperfection that didn't belong to David. This process of becoming a diamond, same thing. We go through tough times, we go through challenging times. People didn't believe in us. We didn't believe in ourselves. But that is all part of the process to chip away the imperfection that didn't belong to us. It is part of the process to cultivate a diamond. Next slide, please. So how do we go about doing that? I believe oftentimes in our life that we have been conditioned by society, by our education, and by our parents, by culture. In that, whatever thing we have learned, the minute we came out of a mother's womb, when human took over, then we begin to accumulate things and learn things. That instead of trusting the process of tapping into that inner self and becoming that person we're destined to be, we begin to operate our lives based on memory. It's called memory of the past versus the future, the vision of the future. Instead of saying, you know what, that's what I want to be. I want to say hello from the other side. But it took people who have done that to cross the path. To say, you know what, the vision is here. The vision is possible. But oftentimes, when we do something, we make opinions, we make decisions, we make choices based on the past experiences, past frustrations, past knowledge. Oftentimes, the past is a scarring. I believe humanity is about time. Instead of letting the past memory defining us, let the vision of your future define you. What would you rather be? Let your past define your future, or let the vision of what you become define you? Which would you rather choose? The vision. Because you know what? See, the past are based on old thoughts. See, those old thoughts will create the the old thoughts that we think every day. And by the way, 90% science has documented this. Over 90% of our thoughts are the same thought that we thought yesterday. The thought that you're going to think tomorrow, 90% the same thought that you thought today. If we don't change, if we don't awaken from it. So if we use our old thoughts to look at something, to look at a new platform, using old thoughts, it's going to create the same one. It's going to help us make the same choices. When you make the same choice, it's going to generate the same behavior. True or not true? The same behavior will create the same experience. The same experience will create the same old emotion. The same old emotion will create the same old results. It's a vicious cycle. And I think it's time for humanity to change. Because we've been on this cycle for way too long. How many of you want a new thought? New thought that will change your world. Because you want to create new reality. It's going to be based on new thoughts or old thoughts. New thoughts. Now, how can we get a little bit excited? If you could envision some of the lifestyle picture that you saw from Sevi, from Yvonne, how many of you want to just really, if you have an opportunity to go on that hot balloon air ride, how many want to do that? How many of you want to see the world? Show hands. How many of you want to give back? Pay it forward. I believe it's already innately exists in all of us. Let the future, instead of going, the next slide please. So the next slide, I believe you understand what I'm talking about. So when you trust the process, we're going to shift from the old paradigm to the new paradigm. So what do I mean by that? The old paradigm goes something like this. This is all of us were taught this. The old paradigm is now, from where we are, we're going to work our way to the future. So that's the old paradigm. There's a paradigm called cause and effect. Meaning we're going to do something to cause it to create the effect that we want. Now, are you all ready for the shift? If you get anything at all, besides this beautiful story, we are about to shift the high gear. How many of you want to learn from the experiences that we have? It took us a couple of years to become diamond, or double diamond, or triple diamond, whatever the ranks are. How many want to shift gear and get to where you want to go? How many want to shift gear? Go faster. Now get this. The shift goes like this. The new paradigm. Instead of going from now to the future, get this. It's bringing your future. Go to the vision of the future and bring the vision of what you accomplish and bring it into the now. Working the other way around. Instead of saying, now I'm going to work my your future. It's a mental rehearsal. It has been said that success was created twice. First, in our minds. Second, you work it and bring it to reality. Causing the effect. That is the shift. And that's what we're going to talk about this afternoon. So the new paradigm. I want you to look at this picture. This is a picture of me when I was 4 years old. Look at that picture. Do you see any of this ibu hair? Do you see any of the bling bling? Look at that picture. Look at that. But it's a beautiful, beautiful soul. Who would have thought? Who would have thought from that little girl, that picture, from 4 years old to 51 years old, and looking fabulous at 51. Who would have thought? I believe all of us has a picture of ourselves somewhere, somehow, when we were 4 or 5 years old. Look at that picture. Doesn't look any different than you. Not only from that picture, that shift into what will I become. What I become is a lot more than these bling bling. When the makeup is off, the bling blings are off, I am no different. No different than the little girl. Except that it's a future. The future's bringing. The little girl had a dream of becoming a multi-millionaire. The little girl had that dream. It was just causing it to happen. And not only for myself. You look at that flyer with all the beautiful diamonds and double diamonds. But even more than that, it has shifted into a whole new movement. Look at that shift. Look at what's happening around the world. That shift is no longer geographically located in 1 or 2 countries. We have shifted into an entire new paradigm around the world. How many have seen Zoom? Show hands. Look at what's going to happen. Can you give these heroes a big round of applause? This little wave of this 4-year-old girl as she grew up, gone to college, graduated, worked for major companies in America, got laid off, went on a journey to become an entrepreneur, fight for her dream, became a millionaire. It didn't stop there. In order for me to become a millionaire, I had to help other people to become a millionaire. But guess what? It has gone way further. That rippling effect is now all over the world. It is truly a global movement of tapping into human potential. And what moved me tremendous on this trip is that all the pictures, all the people, all the volunteers that on this Zoom webinar, they were like, if you were only part of the chat group that was created. They have never ever met each other until today, until in Jakarta, Indonesia. They were contributing to society. They were helping others. Their story, their sharing, were touching people around the world beyond your wildest dream. And I think this entire event, with different speakers, panelists that were on Zoom, they came to Indonesia. They met their fellow Zoom